Good day, good Sunday. I'm Y Woods Harris, and I just came on to talk to you about in due season grief, how you facilitate in due season. The word that came to my mind as I listened to my pastor today talking about birth, a change that comes forth. So I looked at change as my word, my chain word today. Change is my chain word today as I deal with this day of grief, this day that I've never seen before. It's really funny, but not funny, when I think about last year on December the 29th. We were preparing for my husband to have surgery. And it was the intention that on January 1st, 2019, that so many things that had happened would change. They did change. But in all the things that changed, God began to show me how He was in charge of change. And so, charge is the first letter that I see in C. He is in charge of change, even in any grief situation. And I've seen grief and how I deal with it. I've seen it change in maybe 5 minutes, depending on who I'm talking to or what I'm talking about. I've seen things happen that showed me that God is in charge of change. It doesn't matter that whether the grief was because you lost someone you loved, which you really didn't lose. They went on before you. And then sometimes it's what you've lost that's a material situation that you can't even imagine how you're going to deal with it. But I tell you over and over again that God is in charge of it. The H, I simply say is hallelujah. Hallelujah for God bringing me through as I think about these days. When I think about these 38 days, I know that only God could bring me through. Only God could get me to this point. And so I just say hallelujah because my hallelujahs belong to God. So when I say it, I know that He's listening. He already told me that He would be listening. A. A is my way of saying that I am anointed. And yes, maybe it sounds boastful to you as being a grief facilitator, but I am anointed to make a difference in somebody's life day in and day out, no matter what it takes. In a grief situation, I'm going to rejoice when they rejoice. I'm going to weep when they weep, but I'm going to be anointed and all of those things. In, I've said it before, it's new and now. New and now. Things that I just could not imagine, God has already brought me through. And so that gives me an awesome opportunity to say to you that my honey Sai and I compiled a book with some awesome contributors, and it's Redeeming Grace. Look how far God has brought us. Today, I just really wanted to focus on, I know because of the electronics and all those things, and sometimes people, younger people, are not wanting to do a book. They're not wanting to do a book. But I ask you to go to Amazon and download it just so that maybe one day when you really are sitting there thinking about what change is and what change you've had, that you'll take a time and read one of the chapters and be blessed by the contributors along with my husband's story for the last 2 years about how God has changed things and how He did change things. But in it all, He gets the glory. So I just thank goodness for that. So in it is new and now. Change. Change. G is for God. There's no other word that is more awesome, that is more needed, is for us to call on God, knowing that Jesus has already saved us. He's already healed us. He's already delivered us. But God gets the glory. And the last one is E. And E for me is evolvement. Evolvement. As I think about how even getting on and doing a YouTube channel or doing media, I know that it was an involvement. But I thank God because I am involved in spirit. I'm also involved in soul. And the last one is I'm involved in self. I've had some physical things that have changed, but it's still all right. I've had some soul things that have changed, but it's still all right. And I've had some spiritual things that have changed. So, in my due season, I'm dealing with change. I hope that you will understand CHANGE is where we are today and where we'll be in the future. So, to my 2020 comrades, collaborators, and all of the people that will go forward in all the things that we do in the change, I simply say, it is so, it is so. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.